Today on the Topping Show, Bud Light tweets drop dead yet again. Vegan raw food influencer dies. LeBron James equity school is literally failing. Megan Rapinoe mocked as she misses a goal by darting near 30 feet at the Women's World Cup. Babylon Bee roasts Megan Rapinoe. Democratic New York Mayor Eric Adams is requesting Biden to secure the border. Will he be called racist? Probably not. Fifth Circuit Court strikes down the ATF pistol brace ban. Walmart expanding into in-store ads. Uber reaches the first operating profit. Ad revenue is slowly starting to come back. Lotus sold a mere less than 1,000 cars in 2022. And Peloton tells people to keep paying even though they're going through a recall. All of that and much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder release twice a day. Gotta say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or business owner and need assistance, you can reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Now, going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Walmart saying they're going to expand their in-store ad strategy. Now, astonishingly enough, it looks like they reported that 139 million people visit their store, web, and app per week. So that's quite a high volume of foot traffic, or eye traffic if you're just using your eyeballs on the app. And as many stores trying to figure out how to increase their profit margins, with Walmart and grocery stores being pretty rough. Grocery stores, on average, they make about 2% profit. That's the industry standard for grocery stores, which is why if you read the newspaper, or more accurately look at the internet these days with the Twitter or the TikTok or whatever you like to use, you really don't hear news about a grocery store startup. All the grocery stores most people shop at, they've been around for decades upon decades. So it's no surprise that a lot of them are not really coming out of the woodwork in terms of a new venture. So the current ones, they're trying to think, how can we differentiate ourselves not just from the competition? How can we also bring new products that have more profit margins? But how can we increase just our ad revenue, which rudimentarily speaking is almost like free money for them. They don't have to go out and buy additional resources. They have resources on site to actually have that. So in terms of their network, it looks like they reportedly have 170,000 digital screens, and those screens can be used by advertisers, including they're saying they could add maybe a 30-second in-store radio spots as other methods of advertising in the store. Now, I believe this also includes their point-of-sale checkout system, which, interestingly enough, I have noticed at a couple of gas stations when you're gassing up your vehicle, premium gas, ideally, or use whatever your car says, don't do that in a diesel. That'd be a business blunder, or perhaps for you, a personal blunder. But you actually see a little advertisement and a video playing on the screen while you're pumping gas. Now, in terms of advertisement, that's pretty brilliant because the user is stuck there usually, unless they actually go inside and go to the facilities while their car is being gassed up, which I don't recommend because obviously the gas pump is going, so people can steal it, stuff can go wrong. But more often than not, the person is stuck there. When you're going to Walmart, you're getting groceries, you're getting clothes, knickknacks that you might need. Maybe you need some printer paper. There's a lot of miscellaneous stuff to facilitate most people's needs. They're already in the store. Why not get some extra money off them? In terms of the customer, the burden against the customer, I don't think it'll be too frustrating. Personally, I usually just use my little little headphones, so I just listen to a podcast. Ideally, this podcast, although always look for room for improvement. If you take time to subscribe and comment, all the feedback is greatly appreciated. So listen to any podcast, but I recommend this one personally. So the in-store ads really bother me because I really can't hear much to begin with. In terms of the screens, you go by the electronics department at Walmart, and of course they have a whole wall of TVs to get your eyeballs glued to them. I don't know how actually effective that might be. So if an advertiser is looking for a very direct return on investment, I don't know if that's going to be a use case. Like, I don't think it would be a good idea if you have someone like GM have a Chevrolet commercial to show off the latest business blunder that they create or develop, like the 4-door EV Camaro, which will be coming out next year, apparently. Perhaps it might make more sense to advertise directly to the products that are already in the store. So maybe Hewlett-Packard might advertise, an extra 10% off a laptop that's on one of the displays. That would perhaps be a more effective use of advertising dollars. Nevertheless, it's basically free money for Walmart. The monitor's already there, the infrastructure's there. The only thing they might have to worry about is the network capabilities in terms of the bandwidth and how much data they can pump through. So in terms of business brilliance, that might have to be I might have to have that special part of the podcast where we talk about that. But this seems like a good idea so they can increase their profit while I don't expect the associated cost to increase too much. Perhaps a little administration work, of course, to facilitate the organization, the purchasing, or rather the sale of the advertisements and coordination of all that. But that seems like a pretty good business idea. Sounds like it should be a good expansion. Now, I want to especially thank everyone for taking the time to tune in. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of August, so I greatly appreciate you taking the time to click that subscribe button. Every time you do that, you help the channel grow and develop, and be able to get more resources to increase our capabilities for the softwares. So you maybe put some pictures up as we try to make them better and better. Also, don't forget to take the time to like and actually comment on the video. The feedback has also made the show a lot better. And also, finally, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone to stay safe and fight the good fight.